Hello everyone, and welcome to the 5th episode of the Festival de Budú guitar tutorial series. In this episode, we'll be looking at the chord progressions found in the video, downs, or Bajones as it's called. Don't know why, but that's what it's called. So without further ado, let's get this started. Okay guys, so you guys know the drill. For this video, you need your guitar in standard tuning and you will not need a capo. And if you want to view the full playlist, the so far playlist of the Festival de Budú guitar tutorials, then click the button here on the top left corner of the screen to check it out. Anyway, without wasting any more time, let us begin the video. Okay, so in this video, there are only 2 progressions that you need to know. And once you know these 2 progressions, that is basically the entire video. So for our first progression, we're going to be on a G chord, and we're going to be strumming that for a down, up. And then we'll be going to an A chord, we'll be strumming that once. And then we're going to be hitting the open strings. Now, prefer hitting the 5th string onwards. I won't recommend hitting the low E, but if you want to hit it, that's alright, but hitting the 5th string onwards. Then we're going to go back to our G chord and be strumming that this time for a down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. We'll be doing that for our G chord. Then we'll be doing that for our A chord as well. Then we'll be going to an F sharp minor for, again, full strumming pattern. Now, if you cannot do this full F sharp minor bar chord, here's what you can do. So ring and pinky fingers will go on the 4th frets of the 5th and 4th string, and your index finger is going to do a mini bar on the 2nd frets of the 3rd and 2nd string, and you want to leave the 1st string muted. And if you can, reach your thumb up here to hit the 2nd fret low E on the 2nd fret 6th string. If you cannot, just might as well leave it muted. So there's our F sharp minor. Then we're going to be going to an E minor. We'll be strumming that for a down, up, down, up. And then we're going to hit the E minor again with a down strum. But while we do it, you're going to hit the 1st fret of the 3rd string to make it to an E major. So like this. Just hitting the 1st fret of the 3rd string to go to an R E major. Then we're going to be going to a D chord. We'll be doing that for a full strumming pattern. Our A chord for a full strumming pattern. Then D chord for a full strumming pattern. Then we'll be strumming it for a down, up, down, up. Then we'll be hitting the open strings. And then end on our G chord. So with all that put together, the first progression will go something like this. We're going to be repeating that exact progression through 4 times. And then one trick that I'm going to do, because since Rafael Budú kind of stops in between the progressions in the first 2 parts, in the first half of the video. So I would recommend is that once you get to the G chord, once you end the first progression with the G chord, you can strum it for a full down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. And then you go back to the down, up, and then you would go back to the first progression and do it again. So we'll be playing that progression through 4 times. Then the 5th time around, we're going to be going to a G chord for full strumming pattern, an A chord for a full strumming pattern. Then our E minor will be strumming it for 1 full strumming pattern. Then we're going to do that hammer on like I showed you from E minor to E major. So just the hammer on to an E major. And that's all. So for the variation, I'll just go something like this. And that's it for the video. Again, not a lot to learn. It's just 2 progressions. One is repeated through basically the whole video, and then that short progression, and that's it for the video. And then if you want to, you can end, once you finish that shortened progression, you can just end on a G chord, and that'll basically end everything. Guys, one thing I forgot to mention was that the 4th time around when we play that first progression, when we strum the D chord, we strum in it for 1 full strumming pattern, and then for the down, up. And then we're going to be strumming an A chord 1 time, and then open strings. Then we go to our G chord, and then we go to our shortened chord progression, and then we end on our G chord, and that ends the video. I forgot to mention that, you guys. Sorry about that. Okay guys, so you know the drill. I'm going to be doing a full playthrough of the progressions in their entirety, and I'm going to be singing them as well, because remember, I cannot play the audio to the videos because if I do, I might get copyrighted. So I'm going to be singing them too. I'm going to be doing my best to do it, even though I'm not perfect. I'm going to give you a little context of what it's like. So feel free to play this back as many times as you want to practice, play along too, and see how you go. Well everyone, I hope you liked this tutorial video. If you want to check out a video from my YouTube channel, click over here. If you want to view the full playlist of the actual Festival de Budú series, click over here. If you want to subscribe, click, I would say, here on my face right here. It would be wherever it is I can put it. Don't miss out.